Sometimes we can be a little bit stuck and unsure of where to go or how to go. Sometimes we can have these looping, ruminating, negative thoughts that just won't go away and just drag us down the longer we're thinking them. Sometimes we're just feeling less than ideal. Now, if that's you, here's an easy, quick thing that anybody can do to very, very quickly get unstuck, feel less negative, and start moving forward. It boils down to thinking about how you're thinking, to think about the questions that you're asking yourself. And the basic underlying principle is that the human brain detests an open loop. If you ask a question, it must return an answer. You ask yourself a question, it searches your database, your conscious and subconscious mind, and it will produce an answer. Even if it has to take what it knows and guess an answer, it must return an answer. So we use that principle. And if you think about that, every single time you ask yourself a question, it must bring an answer. And then we focus on the three broad types of questions that we ask. Actually, we've got two broad types of questions. We've got questions about the known and questions about the unknown. Now, when we're asking ourselves questions about things we actually already know, when we're asking ourselves why questions, why am I stuck? Why is it me? Why is this happening again? Why won't this thing go away? Every single one of those answers will return, every single one of those questions will return answers from where you are right now. It won't look any further. If you ask yourselves, what questions? What just happened? What's going to happen next? What is this thing? I don't understand this thing. When you ask yourself these questions, they're also asking about the known. They look around you at what you already know, and they just narrow down your options, and they bring you an answer based on where you're at. So you're in the problem, your now state, your current state is the problem you're trying to escape from. And if you're asking yourself what questions and why questions, you're only getting answers about where you are. And that keeps you stuck. It keeps you focused on the problem because you're asking questions about what you already actually know. And then those are the answers you get. So if instead you ask yourselves how questions or any questions about the unknown, every time you ask yourself a question about the unknown, a how question, how can I move on? How can I get unstuck? How can I get away from here? How can I go there? You do this internal search of your conscious and your subconscious mind, and answers come back about the unknown, about this other place, and you start being drawn towards the solutions pop up, and they're somewhere else. Suddenly you're untethered from your problem state, and you're moving in a motivated and enthusiastic way towards your future state. And the one last quick little thing to kind of focus on is quite often when we're asking these questions about the unknown, we get feelings. We get feelings. Maybe our biases get exposed, our beliefs or our limiting beliefs get exposed, maybe uncertainty, they feel a certain way. Now, I would suggest it's a good idea to embrace those things because those feelings will generate very, very specific answers, which will lead to more specific questions, which will lead to more fantastic answers, all about the unknown, all about paving the way to get there. I'm Jake Nadir from Stressed Executive, and I help people to ask better questions, to feel better. I address the stress to unwind the mind.